Welcome to my YouTube channel where we break down true crime stories and dissect alternative suspects and conspiracy theories in high profile cases. Today we're going to be looking at the OJ Simpson murder case. The OJ Simpson murder case, officially titled People of the State of California v. Orthogonal James Simpson, was one of the most high-profile and widely covered trials in American legal history. The case revolved around the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald L. Goldman. On the evening of June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson, O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, and her friend Ronald Goldman were found brutally murdered outside Nicole's home in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles. They had been stabbed multiple times. The Los Angeles Police Department, the LAPD, began investigating the murders, and early suspicions quickly turned to O.J. Simpson, a former NFL football star and actor, as the prime suspect. Evidence at the crime scene, including bloodstains and a bloody glove, pointed to Simpson's involvement. On June 17, 1994, O.J. Simpson was scheduled to turn himself into police. Instead, he led LAPD officers on a slow-speed chase in a white Ford Bronco, driven by his friend Al Cowings. The chase was broadcast live on television and watched by millions of people. O.J. Simpson was arrested and charged with the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. The trial began on January 24, 1995, and it lasted for nearly 9 months. The prosecution, led by Marissa Clark and Christopher Darden, argued that Simpson had a history of domestic violence and presented substantial physical and circumstantial evidence against him. O.J. Simpson's defense team, dubbed the Dream Team, was led by a prominent attorney, Johnny Cochran. The defense raised doubts about the handling of evidence and accused the LAPD of racism and misconduct. One of the most famous moments in the trial was the discovery of a blood-soaked glove at the crime scene, which did not appear to fit Simpson's hand. Cochran famously said in his closing argument, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." On October 3, 1995, after deliberating for only 4 hours, the jury found O.J. Simpson not guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. The verdict was met with a wide range of reactions, from relief and celebration among Simpson's supporters to shock and outrage among those who believed he was guilty. O.J. Simpson was acquitted of criminal charges but later found liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman in a civil trial in 1997. He was ordered to pay substantial monetary damages to the victim's family. O.J. Simpson's life continued to be marred by legal troubles, including a 2007 arrest and a conviction for armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas, for which he served 9 years in prison before being released in 2017. The O.J. Simpson case remains a symbol of the intersection of race, celebrity, and the American legal system. It has had a lasting impact on discussions of criminal justice, race, relations, and media coverage of high-profile trials. The O.J. Simpson murder case primarily focused on O.J. Simpson as the main suspect, and he was the one who was arrested and put on trial. The defence's strategy largely centered on creating reasonable doubt around his guilt, rather than presenting alternative suspects. However, there has been some discussion and speculation about other potential suspects or persons of interest in the case, though none were formally charged or convicted in connection with the murders. Here are a few individuals who were considered as possible alternative suspects. Jason Simpson, O.J. Simpson's son. Some conspiracy theories and speculation suggested that O.J. Simpson's eldest son, Jason Simpson, might have been involved in the murders. Proponents of this theory point to Jason's history of psychological issues and previous incidents of violent behaviour. However, there is no concrete evidence linking him to the crimes. Glenn Rogers. Glenn Rogers, a serial killer, allegedly told his brother that he had been involved in the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. While Rogers did have a criminal history and claim responsibility for various crimes, there is no solid evidence linking him to the murders. The defence led by Johnny Cochran raised the possibility that drug dealers or other individuals with motives unrelated to OJ Simpson could have been involved in the murders. They argued that the LAPD's tunnel vision on OJ Simpson as the primary suspect led them to neglect other potential leads. It is important to note that the investigation into the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman was highly publicised and various leads and suspects were examined, but the prosecution's case primarily resolved around OJ Simpson as the main suspect. The jury ultimately found OJ Simpson not guilty of the murders and he was acquitted in the criminal trial. Whilst there has been speculation about alternative suspects, no one has been formally charged or convicted of these murders and the case remains officially closed. The OJ Simpson murder case generated significant public interest and debate, leading to various alternate theories and conspiracy theories over the years. These theories often suggest alternative explanations for the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, sometimes involving different suspects or scenarios. It's important to note that these theories lack concrete evidence and have not been proven in a court of law. Here are a few alternate theories that have been proposed. Drug cartel involvement. Some have theorised that drug cartels were involved in the murders due to the brutality of the killings. Proponents of this theory suggest that Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman might have had connections to drug traffickers and their deaths were related to the drug trade. However, there is no substantial evidence to support this theory. Some have suggested that a serial killer operating in the area may have been responsible for the murders. The idea is that killings of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman were part of a broader pattern of violence. However, no credible evidence links to a specific serial killer to these murders. Another theory is that multiple assailants were involved in the murders. This theory argues that it would have been difficult for a single person to commit the crimes in the manner that were carried out. However, no credible witness or physical evidence have supported the idea. As mentioned previously, some have speculated that OJ Simpson's son, Jason Simpson, may have been involved in the murders due to his history of mental health issues. This theory remains speculative and unproven. Some have suggested that the murders were the result of a botched hitman job targeting a different individual, and Nicole and Ronald were mistakenly killed. This theory is often intertwined with allegations of drug or organised crime connections, but there is no concrete evidence to support it. It's essential to approach the alternate theories with caution, as they often lack empirical evidence and can be based on speculation and conjecture. The legal system, after extensive investigations and a lengthy trial, found OJ Simpson not guilty of the murders. While there may be lingering questions and debates surrounding the case, the verdict remains a part of legal history. Thank you for watching the OJ Simpson murder case unravelling the truth. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to our channel for more intriguing stories from the world of true crime.